left this. Yeah, of course. Yeah. I was telling Daniel I was pulling out my tapes from day one when I started interviewing you guys.
Wow.
But the scary part was the way I looked, not you guys.
No.
Okay, we're rolling.
Okay. Well, first of all, congratulations. This one, man, I just, how do you guys keep stepping it up and making them better and better?
I don't know, yeah, I think it's just, the books are amazing, and I think this is a very different film, I think. It's almost kind of unrecognisable to kind of other Harry Potter films, and I think without the school, it plays a very different kind of dynamic. And it was really fun, actually, really cool.
Well, I wanted to ask you that because yes, you're out of Hogwarts. You're not, you guys are now out on your own, fending for yourselves in this world. How much of your real life ends up spilling now into these characters? Because as you've grown older together, you're still really good friends. Because to me, that bond just so showed in this one.
Yeah, we've known each other for so long now. Scarily a long time. It's kind of, we've grown up together, and we are really genuinely quite close, and it's and this film is kind of really about that. It's kind of about us three together, kind of on this mission, and it's just really good to see the characters kind of isolated like this, and we're kind of just sharing a little tent, and we see different kind of sides of each character as well. There's so much darker sides of Ron, I think, in this. He's kind of paranoid and just really aggressive. So yeah, I quite like kind of playing that.
Yeah, how challenging was that for you? Because like you say, it is a different Ron that we haven't seen, and
yeah.
Like you say, you've grown up, but it must have been a good challenge for you.
Yeah, it was. It was nice. It was nice because it was different. We don't really usually see this kind of Ron. He's usually quite an optimistic, kind of hopeful kind of person, and this was a lot more kind of, there's a lot going on in his head. He's kind of really worried about his family. He's kind of jealous of Hermione and Harry because they're kind of seeing each other a lot, and yeah, he actually kind of walks out and abandons his friends, which is kind of quite a shock. So
yeah,
it's cool.
And a pretty physical film too. Let's talk about that forest scene running through the woods, and I know you guys had a little friendly competition going on, but okay, in your words, who was the fastest?
Yeah, I don't know. It was, I struggled, to be honest. It was kind of, it's just really hard to run on that because it's just, the trees are so tight together, and I'm weaving out of trees and stuff, and I had a lot more layers on as well. I might have to add that. So that probably slowed me down a little bit, but I think it was pretty even.
Yeah, okay.
I definitely beat Emma.
Yeah, okay, well, good to know that,
Yeah.
because, of course, she says she was the fastest of the three of you.
Really?
Yeah, she does.
That's a complete lie.
The 7 Harry scene was fun, too.
Yeah.
Not so much fun to shoot it, I understand, though. A lot of takes and pretty tedious, but it was great when you see it.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, kind of seeing my face turn into Dan's face. And yeah, I think I learned a lot about myself with those scenes, because Dan had to kind of mimic kind of our walks and our mannerisms and stuff, and I kind of realised I've got this kind of really, I kind of wiggle my hips when I walk, and I've got this, I do this weird pelvis thing, which I was never really aware of until now. So it was quite cool.
How on earth, Rupert, do you put the last 10 years of your life into words and the experience that you've had making these films? Where do you even begin?
I don't know. It's hard. It's kind of, it's been my whole childhood, really, and it's really it hasn't really sunk in to think this is kind of all over now. The last day was really, I was quite surprised kind of how emotional we all got. It was kind of really felt like a big deal, and just really final, and it was just, it was sad. We actually cried, so it was
I wanted to ask you about that, because you're not just leaving cast members or somebody you worked with. This is family. These people you've been with for 10 years.
Yeah.
So of course you would cry. Like, I would be surprised if you guys didn't have that kind of emotion.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we've known these people for, like, we've grown up with them. Because making a film, I think, is quite an intimate thing. You're in every day, all day, and it's long, and it's yeah, it's. I think we're all going to keep in touch. Obviously, it's not completely the end yet.
Yeah.
It's still kind of a long way to go yet. But yeah, it's. Yeah, I'm kind of ready as well because it has kind of. They really do kind of take over your life, and I'm ready to kind of just to move on and do different things. And yeah.
Absolutely, which I'm sure you will, for sure. I know you've got other films coming, and it's a great opportunity. You know, did you ever, when you look back at the 10 years and the people that you got to work with, and especially some of the British, veterans, I can't imagine that you wouldn't have stepped back and go, whoa, I couldn't get better lessons than this.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing when you kind of look at the list of kind of who's in these films, and it's amazing. Even just in this one, the new characters we've got, Bill Nighy and Rhys Ifans, and it's just really feel really lucky.
Yeah. Now, did you get to keep anything? Because I know you were setting your sights on that magic bus. Did anything happen with that?
Oh yeah, I really wanted the bus. But no, I got the. They gave me the Deluminator.
You got that?
I got it, yeah. So that's quite a cool thing to keep.
And does it really work?
No. It doesn't actually work, but it's still quite cool.
Now, have you had the opportunity to go to Orlando at the Harry Potter park, which still kind of freaks me out that there's a Harry Potter park. Have you been there, and what was it like for you to experience that?
Yeah, it was amazing. I really enjoyed it. We kind of, straight after we finished the last scene, we kind of all flew out there, and it was amazing. It really kind of brought them to life, and it was they've done such an amazing job out there. It's great.
Yeah, pretty wild, like Harry Potter rides. That's nuts. Now, I know we don't talk too much about the second one, and the next summer we're going to get that one, but I just have to ask you about that epilogue scene, and shooting yourself or seeing yourself as a 35-year-old man. What was that like, and how do you prepare yourself to look at yourself in the future like that?
Yeah, it was probably the most terrifying scene I've ever done in my life. It was just the makeup was kind of just for Ron particularly. I aged really badly. I can't really describe it. It's kind of like a mutant Donald Trump. But yeah, it was just weird seeing our kids as well, because our resemblance was quite scary.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean it's a really nice scene because we're seeing our kids off, and it's kind of like a parallel of the our first day at school and at the train, and it's really cool.
Yeah, well, I can't wait to see that. But you've done an outstanding job in this, and just on a personal note, it's just been a pleasure to know you from just a little boy to the great young man that you've become.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Great.
Okay, nice talking to you.
Nice.
Thank you.
Nice to see you.
Take care.